This is the original SIN, the Collective Intelligence Network. Hello sinners, my Collective Intelligence Network agents. Welcome to another episode on the Collective Intelligence Network. And today I would like to talk about some of the acronyms and some of the visions that I have for this platform moving forward. So I have been leaning into discussing things with the saints, suggested artificial intelligence network thoughts around exactly what I'm trying to build here with this platform. And I was introduced to some terms which are rather obscure, I suppose. I've got a bit of a steep learning curve with this whole thing. So there's something that I would like to have set up via this platform, which is a DAO, which is a Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So that and also I'm wanting to do this in conjunction with an app that will be developed at some stage. Maybe with the help of the community. I'd like to think that would be the case, all those sinners out there, so that we can collectively be working on issues in global sort of situations, so that whatever issue you have in your local sort of environment, then potentially you could posit an idea that you have on resolving that or working through that issue, and then we can get other people who are within the network, the collective intelligence network, who can also contribute to that. And then with AI collaboration, we can then work through those issues in even more refined ways, so that we can, as I've mentioned a few times before, with our spits and our spats in the spittoon, that is, we can solve problems with individual thought, and then we can then solve the problem altogether, and then they can be cut and pasted and put into a search engine like ChatGPT, which can then come up with some sort of insights and findings that we might not have observed, or come up with other sort of aspects, given that they're using large language models and a whole raft of other things that are involved in coming up with answers that we can then, with our own human eyes, can go and vet and ensure that it is, I wouldn't say foolproof, but it is any major flaws that are in there, or any obvious sort of errors, we potentially can pick up and then redress those. And then once we've got a more refined assessment made by us people in our network, then we can cut and paste that and put that all back in for the saints to have a look at as well. So which would be suggested artificial intelligence network thoughts. And so back to the aspect I was talking about before with a DAO, and that's a decentralized autonomous organization. And I would like to also incorporate a like Bitcoin or Ethereum aspect to it, and also smart contracts, wherein there can be like a blockchain technology incorporated and involved, so that people who are contributing to solutions for potentially commercial ideas, that they can then be incorporated, so that they can get some sort of percentage of their contribution, and that can be paid via Bitcoin and those sorts of things, which I still have to do a deep dive into. However, it's been a little while since I've posted something, and I wanted to put something up which is showing that I'm still working on the development of this whole big picture concept, and I'm very keen for it to become a major platform for people to be able to actually not only access in terms of seeing it on YouTube, the channel you're currently watching it on, but also with the development of an app, which is still a little way off, obviously, at the moment. But when that eventually does come out, then it would be in a different sort of format. So it'll be in people's mobile phones. We are cyborgs after all. And by that I mean because we've actually got smartphones in our hands, carrying it around with us. We effectively are cyborgs, and it's part of the reason why I've got the acronym CHURCH, which is Cyborg Humans Using Reasoning Collectively Harnessed, which I think is an ideal way for us as a society and as individuals and as people to be able to make much better decisions doing that collectively, solving problems all together, the SPAT, as we know. And just by way of keeping everyone further in the loop with what I'm sort of doing and working on as well, is the Saint had come up with a suggestion that I should incorporate other aspects into the growth of this channel. And so one of those things is on Reddit. So I've gone into Reddit and just started a platform there, which is AI collaboration, which was another Saint recommendation. So this is artificial intelligence coming up with suggestions for this platform and for us to in terms of collaboration, working as people, working with AI, so that we can make better things, do things in better ways, and have different insights. Because all of us are smarter than one of us, and I certainly can't think of everything, just like you can't think of everything, and we can be assisted, aided and augmented with the help of artificial intelligence, which is what I'm leaning right into. And having just finished reading a book called Digital Minions. Forgotten the name of the book right this second. Frustrating. That's right. The Economy of Algorithms. The Rise of Digital Minions, or yes. So effectively, it's a way of thinking about AI as effectively it really is just an algorithm, very clever algorithm, obviously. However, it's something for us to be able to use and not be so fearful of, not to be afraid of it, to lean into it and to derive the benefits of that by doing so. And I encourage everybody to get involved, participate, and please join the network here. I am looking for more people to become involved. I really like it when people can post comments on things that I talk about, and also post comments on things that you'd like me to talk about, and we can work through those things. I did have the opportunity to catch up with an associate of mine who is doing some wonderful things, and I've asked him to give me some things that we can potentially work on and help him work through some of the big issues that he's trying to work on. His background is he's an academic doctor, and he was a refugee from Africa, and he's gone and studied and got his own doctorate, and he's actually doing a lot of really good things for the African community in Melbourne. And I really want to help him along on that journey because he's helping, for instance, train more police officers in terms of from the community, getting people involved to join the police force. And he's been so successful with that they're now asking him to do the similar thing for school teachers and that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of good things. However, there's obviously a lot of issues that really need to be worked through as well. And so that's where a platform like this, I'd like to think, is something where we can tap into all our thoughts and diverse thoughts as well, so that we can get different inputs and see things from a different perspective and a different understanding. And that can be culturally, or even because of the sort of work you do, you'd think about things differently to someone else. And as we all know, I know things you don't know, and you know things I don't know, and the other person watching knows things we both don't know. And so that's the whole benefit of creating something like this, the Collective Intelligence Network. So please, I will keep you updated on our next moves, as it were, and I will try to get you something else soon. However, that said, I'm really juggling a lot of things at the minute, and I'm falling behind in my masters with all the reading that I need to do, and it's absolutely fascinating. I'm loving it. For those of you that might remember, I'm doing a master's in creative intelligence and strategic innovation, which is something that really resonates deeply with me, and also to some other people. I had a client that I was talking to the other day who very interestingly was reading a lot of the books that I'm reading. I spotted Mustafa Solomon's The Coming Wave, which 5 of them. I think I might have mentioned it in one of my earlier ones, wherein general purpose technologies. So we've got in human history, I think we've had like 22 general purpose technologies, the early ones being fire and the wheel. Obviously, that radically transformed the way we lived our lives. Then the next big ones were around the turn of last century, 1900. So we had the automobile, the telephone, and electricity. And so right now we got 5 things all happening. So we've got artificial intelligence, quantum computing, synthetic biology, automation, and robotics. And so all these exciting things are in a lab somewhere, and if not in a lab, they're actually already out in the real world. And given the timing of all these things, just like with electricity, people started to think about, oh, what can I do with electricity? Oh, I can heat up a filament and we can make light, or I can attach it to this motor and we can actually make a cake mixer, or we can attach it to this and it can suck in the air and we turn it into a vacuum cleaner. So a similar sort of time is happening now with AI and all the things that are coming straight to us technologically in a big way. And jump on board, get involved, and let's run with it and see where it'll take us all. So on that note, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.